I spent over $11,000 last month on Pokemon cards, and this is that story. Hey everyone, Mount Silver Hiker here, and first and foremost, I want to wish everyone a happy new year. Yes, we are all now in 2022, and in this new year, I have so many goals I want to accomplish both within the Pokemon collecting hobby and outside of it as well. One of my main goals for this year is to grow my channel and bring my content in front of even more people, which leads me to the perfect segue that if you have not yet, please make sure to leave a like on this video as it tells YouTube's algorithm that you're picking up what I'm putting down. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to this channel yet, hitting that subscribe button would mean a ton for me. And while we're on the topic of shameless self-promotions, I'd like to bring some attention to the brand new thumbnail that you may have noticed. As some of you may know, my friend Claire, who goes by Seesaw Caramel on Twitch, is a talented and amazing artist. She's the only person I turn to for custom designs because we can bounce ideas off of each other so well. You may recognize some of her work such as the Orbeetle abduction and the playmat behind all of my videos. Anyways, the idea for the latest thumbnail comes from a combination of watching PokeCloe's what I'm purchasing and investing in during the current Pokemon market, and this picture of a bear market coming after some poor man's piggy bank, to ultimately create this what is Mount Silver Hiker collecting during this current Pokemon market idea. The goal is to create monthly videos talking about all of the purchases I made in the prior month, why I made those purchases, and how it fits into my ultimate collection goals or content that you can be expecting from me in the future. This last point I'll be sure to make very clear at the end when you see some of the sealed products that I purchased last month. Now that we have all of that out of the way, it's time to go into the interesting part of the video, the actual parts of my collection that I added over the last month. And we're starting with a huge project of mine, which is Magma vs. Aqua, the Japanese set. And now the reason that I wanted to collect this specific set in Japanese, if you're even unsure of what it is, this set came out in 2003 called Magma vs. Aqua in Japanese. In English, it was Team Aqua versus Team Magma. It was a set that really fell under the radar. If you're interested, I could actually do a more full breakdown, much like the Ancient Origins video that I did, and talk about the history, some of the highlights, and why, my theories on why it really fell under the radar. But that's not the video for today. The video for today are the slabs that I was able to acquire. And we're going to start off with a very, very iconic artwork, a very, very iconic Pokemon. This is the Sceptile Ex in the first edition PSA 10 copy that I was able to get. I believe this was from either off eBay or a PWCC auction. But just a gorgeous card, and the order of this is just by numbering. So you're gonna see like the grass types first, and I don't have the full set yet. Of course, this is just a small subsection of the cards I wanted to show off. But eventually, the goal is to collect Magma vs. Aqua, the Japanese set in both Unlimited and the first edition copy. But up next, we have the Cradily EX, very, very nice. After that, we have a Magma vs. Aqua, Team Aqua's Cacturn Holo. Looks like something right out of the Matrix with the green background. Looks digital. All right, and then there is a Team Magma's Torkoal, a fire tortoise right in the middle of a volcano. Very, very gorgeous. Let's see what we have next. We have Amistar. Amistar out of the original fossil Pokemon that contain Kabutops and Aerodactyl. I think Amistar really gets the short end of the stick there just because the other two were also super, super gorgeous. But, with the introduction of Shell Smash and everything, I think Amistar people started appreciating a little bit more. The next slab we have here does not need an introduction. This is a very iconic Pokemon, Sharpedo. And even now, even in like Gen 8, every time I'm in the water for when I'm playing Pokemon Sword and Shield, I'm just running away from it. I just see from a distance a Sharpedo just dashing at me as I'm trying to run away from it. Next we have the Team Aqua's Crawdont. Very nice. A very glossy looking lobster there. Next up, Manectric, a Gen 3 staple on your team. They're very fast electric type. Very, very nice. And then, alright, When I purchased this slab, it was a pop one, and I was very happy about it. But then by the time I received it and the time I posted it on my Instagram, somebody had graded a second copy. And if you're looking on the PSA registry, I'm talking about the Claydol that is unlimited, not the first edition holo. As far as I know, it's a pop 2, so there's another copy of this card out there. So whoever recently graded it, congratulations, welcome to the club. And alright, this is so far my favorite. But if you know anything about the Japanese Magma vs. Aqua set, you'll know that there are some amazing holos. But right now in my collection, this is my favorite artwork. It's the Swampert Magma vs. Aqua. And I know for a fact that I actually got this from a PWCC auction, because it was my first time just participating in the PWCC auction on their website instead of eBay. And just there's like multiple rounds, and I was really scared that I wouldn't win the slab, but in the end I was victorious. Next up, we have a Team Magma's Rhydon, and I actually, unlike the other slabs, this one I actually purchased off a friend of mine off Instagram, PokeMax, and he shipped it from the UK. This is very nice. It's a first edition one as well. But look, just the holo pattern of this EX era is just absolutely gorgeous. And last but not least, we have from this set the Aerodactyl Ex. Absolutely amazing card there. So currently in my collection, those are all of the Magma vs. Aqua slabs that I have. These are my first batch. They're absolutely not going to be my last batch, because if you know anything about the set, as I alluded to earlier, every evolution that had come out by this time in the TCG, there's a holo version. I am out to get both the first edition and the unlimited one. So stay tuned. Those slabs, you'll see them in a future, what Mount Silver Hiker has collected over the past month. That'll be in a future video. I do not have them yet. I don't have any leads on them yet, but I promise you, one day I will. So now, let's move on to the remainder of the slabs. And I should have actually started with this first. So in grand total, in the month of December, I purchased 20 PSA 10 slabs. And that, the Magma vs. Aqua is a big part of it. And now we have 8 more slabs. So I have 12 slabs, and we have 8 more to show off. So the next one, I'll do the next 2 actually. It's the Reviving Legends Jolteon. One is a first edition, let me bring it closer to avoid the glare, but one is a first edition non-holo, and the other one is a first edition reverse holo. As far as I know, the Jolteon did not come in a holo version in Reviving Legends. Actually, not as far as I know. I'm sure it did not come in a holo version. So that part of it is complete for now. So I have these 2 absolutely gorgeous artworks until I can get my hands on the Undaunted Jolteons. Next up, again a side-by-side, just because they're the same card. They are the Clefable from Heart Gold Collection, first edition Japanese. I got these from the same person from his massive auction off of eBay. I won both of them, and the slabs are actually, the certification is like 2 in between. So if I were to guess, maybe he got like a PSA 9 Clefable in between these, but very happy to add these to my collection at a very fair price. And now we have 4 down, and we have a Ampharos Prime Japanese Heart Gold Collection first edition, one of my favorite Prime slabs and my favorite Pokemon. So if you see my video, you saw the final boss sent me a package. He jam-packed it with the entire Mareep line with Ampharos, because Ampharos is my favorite Pokemon in the entire franchise, entire hobby. So very happy to add that to the collection. Next up, another Reviving Legends. It is the Houndoom. So this artwork, if you look, if it seems familiar, it's in Undaunted as well on the English side, but a holo, if you could see the holo pattern with the flame in the back, absolutely gorgeous. Ooh. My first advent of Arceus slab. This is the water plate. I've been opening up Platinum Arceus blister packs, trying to find the Arceus in English. I have at least 4 of them so far off the top of my head, but I saw this come up for auction on eBay in Japanese, saw the holo pattern, just knew I had to have it. So our first Advent of Arceus slab added to the collection, and last but not least, a rarity that gets really made fun of a lot for when it came out. The breaks, just Pokemon slathered in all gold. But because I was opening up Ancient Origins, just because I was like chasing down the XY era sets, I just had a small appreciation for the break cards and how they stood out from the rest. It's horizontal, it's all gold, with the purple electricity on the side. So I saw it at a very fair price. So I've added Bronzong Break to my collection as well. Will I collect the rest of the break cards? Definitely not a chase for me. The chases, the Hidden Fates, the Prime cards, the Reviving Legends, the Undaunted, of course. So break cards I don't think is a priority of mine for now, but since I had the opportunity to pick it up at a very, very reasonable price, that's what I did. So that is all of the slabs that I picked up in December, and next up is something more interesting because it affects future videos from on this channel, the sealed collection. Let me show you what I picked up for my sealed collection, and a couple of those items are absolute grails that I've been pining after for over a year. Starting off the purchases that I made in last month for my sealed collection is this booster box in front of me for XY Fates Collide. It is an absolutely gorgeous and under the radar set, especially considering it has some gorgeous cards. If you don't know already, there's a secret rare Alakazam that has an Umbreon and a Lugia in the cameo, but also it has the full art Umbreon EX in there as well. But now let me zoom out really quick, and you can see that in addition to the booster box itself, I have many pre-release kits of Fates Collide, and the reason that I have all of this is because they became available at a very, very reasonable price. So I purchased there's 13 in front of me. I purchased that, and then the more that I thought about it, the more I thought about December and the Ancient Origins project that I worked on. I was just so happy, and it was based on the comments and the feedback that I received, a lot of you guys really enjoyed this, like the project-based opening and content that I created. So since Fates Collide, I have so much of this content, I was thinking, why not dedicate another month for Fates Collide? February is coming up, Fates Collide February. I could record some content, host some giveaways, and these pre-release kits, if you don't know, they come with 4 packs and a lot of great promo cards in there. I think there's like a Fates Collide one of the stamped promo cards you can get is like a Tyranitar, and there's 3 other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head, but I will, after I record this video, I'll make sure to include those images in this video. But this sounds like a great opportunity for me to, give back to the community, for you guys to watch, and if you, comment on my videos, if you're regularly participating, you can expect to have one of these sent to you by me in the mail. So keep an eye out for that announcement. That won't be this month. That will be in February. I will need some time to, figure out the logistics of it all and record everything, but that is coming. So at this point, if you had a calculator in front of you and you're like, Mount Silver Hiker, you made a lot of big purchases, but I don't see anything here that would ballpark in the $11,000 range. Don't tell me you paid triple market price for all those slabs that you showed earlier. No, that's not the case. And I mentioned I actually got a lot of those PSA 10 slabs in these pre-release kits and Fates Collide at a very, very reasonable price. I have 3 more items to show you, and those 3 items is the reason why December of 2021 has been by far my biggest purchasing month in this entire hobby. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already know what's coming, but if you don't, I can't wait to show you. So let's get right to it. Let me show you the biggest purchases I've made in the hobby so far. First up is this gorgeous XY base set booster box that I got on an eBay auction. It was a very, very reasonable price compared to what I was seeing people selling them for on eBay and the sold prices. So this is a centerpiece of my collection, and because I acquired this box, I've had some ideas in my head about where I want to take the XY collection, because I've been talking about Pokemon XY so much, especially Ancient Origins, and then you just heard me talk about Fates Collide. Now I have a base set box, so if an opportunity comes, one of my goals for this year, and maybe it might not even be a 1 year thing, it could be like a 2 to 3 year thing, would be collect one of each booster box of the XY era. Of course, there's some very affordable ones at the moment, such as Fates Collide, but then there are also some very expensive ones, such as the Flashfire and Phantom Forces. So if I plan on going down that path, you will know from these future collecting videos. Now, that was, a big price item, but that still doesn't add up to the $11,000 price tag that I talked about before. And this next item just adds into it as well. And what I have here is a booster box of Platinum Arceus. This is a set that I have been raving about. This is a set I've been raving about earlier this video with that the water plate Arceus slab. But I've opened up, I still own so many blister packs that I just needed to, suck it up and buy the entire booster box. So here, in all its glory, is a Platinum Arceus, and this is a bubble, just a bubble wrap in the back just to protect the back of the booster box, even though I have it in this amazing acrylic slab. But this Platinum Arceus booster box is, I can't really describe it. It's gorgeous. It's just absolutely amazing, and it just so happens coincidentally that the Arceus in front of it is the Arceus plate that I have a slab of. So this is the second largest purchase that I made, second largest single item purchase that I made last month, and now I want to show you the largest single item purchase. And honestly, the Grail item, it probably won't be the most expensive purchase I make in this hobby if I was being realistic here. But for my collection, I don't think anything can beat it. It's just such a Grail item. It's something that I've been raving about, something I've been talking about, something I've really, really wanted for such a long time, and I finally got it in my hands. Yes. Your eyes are not deceiving you. Let me zoom in a little bit here. I have a sealed Heart Gold Soul Silver Undaunted booster box. This was one of my first loves, along with Hidden Fates as a set. The moment I saw the Umbreon Prime, the Espeon Prime, the Houndoom and Slowking Primes, I knew that this set was the defining set of the Heart Gold Soul Silver era, which was also my favorite era in the video games. So having this booster box in my collection, I'm saying it right here, this will always be the centerpiece. Regardless of what items I add to my collection in the future, this is an absolute highlight. This is an absolute peak, and for the time being, I don't really know what I want to do with this, if it's like a project, if I'm going to open it or anything. But for now, I just want to marvel at this accomplishment, having this in my collection. And there we have it. If you have your calculators, the last three items must be just huge ticket items, and pushes me into the 5-digit purchase range over the last month. So there we have it. I spent over $11,000 in December on Pokemon cards, and you just saw exactly what I spent it on. So in the comments below, first of all, I want to know what your goals are for 2022, whether it's in the hobby, whether it's personal. I would just love to hear about it. Just tell me more about it. And also, what out of all of my purchases, what you were most excited for me to either open or me to finish collecting, such as the Magma vs. Aqua or Advent of Arceus. But please let me know if you enjoyed this content, if you really liked it, and I will try to make this a monthly recurring thing where I just talk about the things I'm adding to my collection and the contents that you should be expecting from me. Anyways, that's all from me for now, so I will see you in the next one. Mount Silver Hiker, out.